Imagine yourself at a car dealer, and he comes up with a car right off the bat for $50,000. He then shows you another car, but for $40,000. Both these cars fit within your budget, but, relatively speaking, $40,000 sounds like a steal because it is less than that anchor of $50,000. This is what happens with the anchoring effect. How does the anchoring effect work? One of the cognitive biases in human beings is the anchoring effect. People base most of their decisions on the first available piece of information and have a tendency to largely clutch onto that first piece of information, which becomes the anchor. It provides a reference point relative to which further judgments are undertaken, thus sometimes warping perception and decision-making. How does it work? Upon encountering an anchor, the human brain utilizes it as a point of reference, leading to the adjustment of one's judgments based on initial information, regardless of its relevance or arbitrariness. Indeed, the mechanism behind the effect is really based on our brain's tendency to simplify decision-making procedures. This shortcut may be very effective but often misleads us. The ability to recognize the anchoring effect in others. First impressions set in when one becomes fixated on the first piece of information given, even if tangential. They might, therefore, be anchoring. Inflexibility. If somebody appears unusually resistant to changing their opinion or judgment with the availing of new evidence, they could be anchored. Decision-making in discussions or negotiations. Notice if the first number or piece of information will massively influence their consequent decisions. Real-life examples. Pricing strategies. Many retailers set a high, original, price just to make the discounted price look like a real bargain. Salary negotiation. In salary negotiations, the first offer will often anchor the whole negotiation process by establishing a reference point regarding what's acceptable. Health choices. When doctors present a diagnosis with a specific prognosis, patients can anchor around that prognosis in their expectations, even if further information shows otherwise. Reducing the anchoring effect. Awareness. Knowing about anchoring can itself help in recognizing the influence. While making any decisions, remind yourself that you need to consider various options and not the anchor. Seek multiple anchors. Wherever possible, get a range of information before you make a decision. This shall allow seeing the context more clearly and not being swayed by the first bit of information. Question assumptions. Question the first piece of information you were given. Ask yourself if it's really relevant or if there could be another variable at play that is affecting your decision. Use objective criteria. In any important decision, use objective criteria instead of subjective anchors. This may involve turning to data, benchmarks, or non-biased experts. The anchoring effect will help one make balanced decisions by avoiding the common trap this bias follows.